Hey cutie pies, I'm Lanikia and you're watching What Happened on the Soaps. This is the Young and the Restless edition. Today is Wednesday, May the 4th, 2022. All right, so let's just get right into it. On a scale of 1 to 10, y'all know how we do. I'm going to have to give this one 7. 7. Okay, so Victor is in there telling Adam about Diane Jenkins. And he says, just be aware and be careful of Diane Jenkins and your past with her. Sally said, what past? He said, it's not nothing to mention. So anyway, Sally comes in and she's like, it's something y'all talking about, and they inform her about Diane Jenkins. And then that's when she asks, because Victor made that comment about Adam. He said, it's not nothing to mention. And Adam said, but I ain't got nothing to do with Diane. What I want to talk about is Victoria. And Victor says, okay, so I told her that I wanted to make you co-CEO. She said she'll resign if I do that. And so Adam's like, really? And he was like, yes. And Sally said, well, why don't we just call her bluff? She said, call her bluff and see if she really resigns. Like, she's going to leave her family business because she has to share the CEO title. And Victor just tells Adam, in a way he supports Adam, in a way he doesn't. He tells Adam, just show Victoria what you've shown me, that you can be a competent partner, that you can be loyal to her as far as business wise. You won't be trying to backstab her. You won't be doing any of that. And she will see. He said, because I seen what you did with Newman or whatever. Newman Media. And Adam was like, okay, I'm going to try. So then Victor leaves and Adam is just like, and Sally, as always, beats up on me. I don't know why y'all don't like Sally and Adam as a couple, because they're one of my favorites on this soap. Yeah, they're one of my favorites on this soap. Anyway, so Sally does what she always does. She salutes. She bigs up her man and tells him, "You can do it. We gonna get there." He said, "I misstepped because I didn't think Victoria was gonna try to resign." He said, "I thought Dad was just gonna like put her in her place after what the mess she made with Ashley." And Sally said, well, that was before she had that wreck. After that wreck, he's very protective of her now, which should understand. And he was like, I do understand. And she said, well, all you got to do is show Victoria what we gonna do or whatever, just show her why it would be an sorry, asset to have you on her team or whatever. And he was like, yeah, you're right. And so he like, okay, so meanwhile, while this is going on, and I'm just gonna stay in the Newman Media Enterprise and Newman Enterprise, this going on, Victoria, she all mad and stuff, and Nikki come in. I like that blue Nikki's been wearing. But Nikki comes in and she was like, what's up? And she said, I'm mad at Dad. And she said, oh Lord, what did he do? And she said he wants to make Adam co-CEO. Did y'all see that Nikki was like, that ain't that bad if I tell. She was like, he did help getting Ashlyn out, and he did show loyalty and everything. She was like, and he has had some good business idea. Like, he has made some good business moves since doing Newman Media. And Victoria said, whose side are you on? Listen, if I was Nikki, I told her, I'm on the person whose side who didn't cost us $500 million. That ain't you. And she was like, because I don't know why they keep acting like, wait, Adam cost us $500 million. No, if Victoria had just confronted Ashlyn or waited or believed any truth to any of it that was going on, Ashlyn would have never been in the CEO position in the first place. But you didn't want to listen. And then you married him and stuff. So you'll be mad at yourself for that $500 million. But anyways, moving right along, Victoria's big plan is, I will make you CEO mama, co-CEO mama, because then Adam will be, Daddy can't say anything because it'll be you, and then I don't have to worry about Adam getting behind my back. Why am I talking like a child? Because Victoria came off as a child. Like, this is not business moves, this is childish moves. And Nikki said, I don't think I like being used. I'm trying to stay out of the mess. And she said, Mama, it's perfect. Who's gonna have my back more than you, and who knows who's gonna run this company better than you? You already the see you're wait no CEO. You're already the COO. It's just a promotion up to CEO, and you're gonna be running with me, and we're gonna have lots of fun. And at first, Nikki was like, "Oh, I don't know," and she said, "Daddy would love it. He would, and it'd keep Adam away." or whatever. And then I guess Nikki said okay to it, because when she go and talk to Victor later on, he's like, he tells her about, Victoria and everything, and she says she offered me the position, a promotion, and I accepted. He said the only promotion is to go one step, is you only got one step higher you can go, and that's CEO. She said yes, she offered me to be co-CEO, and I accepted. And he said, well, wait a minute. She said, I know you wanted Adam or whatever, but who gonna run? I'll run the company, and it's gonna be me involved. And he says, Madam CEO, I'm happy about this or whatever. I said, wait a minute, Victor, you forgot about Adam that quick? See, this is why I can't stand y'all. Yeah, this is why I can't stand y'all. Y'all do Adam so dirty. I don't care what he did in his past. Victor is not squeaky clean, nor Nikki, or you, Victoria. So I don't care what's been in Adam's past. Like, y'all do him dirty. And so Victor is like, he like it. He like Nikki being CEO. I mean, and Victoria knew that's exactly what he was gonna be like. Yes, okay, cool. It's in the family or whatever. So then Adam comes in. He trying to be nice with Victoria, and her nasty nice. Y'all said when Victoria found out about Ashley, it's gonna humble her a little bit. It didn't do nothing for Victoria's attitude. She's sitting there being nasty nice. Oh yes, I hear, like Adam trying to explain to her how he would be an asset, how he don't even need the title now. He can work up to the title and everything. And she's like, oh yes, I do need a partner. After hearing what you have to say, I do need help. And he said, okay, cool. And she said, oh, what do you need from me? He's like, what do you need from me? And she said, oh, you thought I meant you? Oh, I did promote someone because I realized I needed help. And he said, you gonna bring somebody new in? She said, no, I promoted my mommy. She might have said her mother, or Nikki or whatever, but I heard I promoted my mommy so you couldn't get the job. And I was like, get off my screen. Get off my screen. I can't stand your butt. So that's how it went off with them. So then we go over here to Billy and Ashley. I say, Billy, mind your business. Mind your business. That's why Lily. So, anyways, he go over to her and he says, he like, what you still doing here and all that. And oh no, he said, you must be staying here because Victoria kicked you out. And Ashley said, that ain't got nothing to do with you. And he said, Billy says, Victoria is, it does have something to do with him. They got kids and all that. And Ashley said, I see through all this. And he said, what do you see through? And he said, I see through all this. And really, and at the bottom of all of this is that you still want to be with Victoria. You still love Victoria. And I'm surprised Lily hasn't seen it. And he said, but maybe she has seen it or whatever. And Billy just said, you know what, Victoria will never be with you again or whatever. And he says, you can't speak for how Victoria feels. He said, but I can speak for how your father-in-law feels, the one you had a heart attack in front of. And he said, and I know for a fact to be on his hit list is not a good thing. And that was it with them. And then Billy gonna go and do his podcast. And I said, you will not bore me with a bad time listening to Billy do this 30-minute podcast, because it was like 30 minutes left to the show. I was like, you better wrap this up, because I can't listen to him do a podcast for an hour or 30 minutes. I hate when they do that, but they didn't, so there's no need to complain. Look at me. But he just did a podcast talking about, talking about Ashley. Moving right along, Ashlyn calls Jack and he tells Jack, can I meet with you? And Jack was like, oh, okay, cool. So Jack is with Kyle. So Jack and Kyle are talking, and Kyle said Jack sees the voicemail from Diane, but he don't pay attention to it. So Jack then decides, Kyle comes down, so they're talking, and he says Harrison is loving him some Tracy. So he's still with his aunt Tracy and everything. And he said, okay, and he was like, whenever you're ready, you could talk to me about your mom. And he said, I've talked out today. He said, I talked to Tracy about it. I talked to Mariah about it. And he was like, Mariah? And he was like, yeah, we met up and it just came pouring out. He was like, but I know, when I'm ready, I can talk to you. And he was like, yeah, you right. And so then we see that Kyle tells Jack, I still have more questions and there's only one person that can answer them for me. So he was like, just go talk to your mom or whatever. And he says, I'm going to go talk to her now. And Jack is like, oh, okay, cool. So then Jack got the phone call from Ashley, so he go over to what place it is, the society, I think. But anyway, he go over there to talk to Ashley, and Ashley is he's telling him, there's something I have to tell you. And he said, what? Are you sick again? Because nobody know Ashlyn lied except the immediate, like the Newmans and Nate and Billy, but a lot of people don't know. And he was like, no. And then so he proceeds to tell him about lying about cancer, lying about Victoria, and everything. And Jack is appalled. He said, what? He was like, yes, I know. He was like, I made a terrible mistake, and he said, you made your son believe you were sick. You made Harrison think something was wrong and you were dying. He said, and I've lived through having someone I love die, a partner. He said, you put Victoria through torture with that. He was like, and then Ashlyn was like, I want to be able to, still see Harrison. And he said, oh, so what you want? Jack said, what you want is for me to be the gap, or mend close the bridges between you two, or what do you call it? It's not mend the bridges. Anyways, you want me to be the one to keep y'all connected, or to go to Kyle, kind of like what Diane wanted. Go to Kyle and talk to him first for me, and then smooth the pavement for me, and then I'm gonna come through. And he said, I will not. I love me some Jack. He said, I will not do this. No. And he says, I just want forgiveness from, try to bridge the gap and have forgiveness for Kyle and all that. He said, no. And he said, well, I'll just go to Kyle. It was wrong for me to tell you. He said, no, don't go to Kyle, because as of right now, Kyle has too much he's dealing with, and he don't need you adding on. Now, I saw in a spoiler that that Diane and, Ashlyn are supposed to get together. And I'm like, but then I saw that Adam and Ashlyn might get together, or something gonna happen because of all this. And because Vic's saying you don't have to worry about nothing. I said, yes, you do, because y'all done did Adam dirty. He coming for y'all. So he gonna team up with one. I think he gonna team up with Ashlyn, or he gonna team up with Diane, but he gonna do something. Well, anyways, Jack told Ashlyn, nah, buddy, you're on your own on this one. You disgust me. He got up and left. And so then we see Kyle talk to Diane, and he asking her more questions, and she pretty much told him about therapy and everything that she's been going through, and how she's a changed woman, and all she could do is prove it to him. And she was going to leave town because, she didn't want to pressure him. And he tells her, don't leave town. I want to keep the door slightly open so you can prove that you are this changed woman. I said, baby, I don't even care at this point. And so then he goes and he tells Jack this, and that's how it goes off. He tells Jack that he's willing to give Diane a chance. And I said, damn, after one day, after one day, you just said like one day. But it is what it is. That was the Young and the Restless today, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you tomorrow for a new edition of What Happened on the Soaps, Young and the Restless.